Welcome to my house. Enter freely, go safely, and leave something of the happiness you bring. Hello everyone! Today we are meeting for another video again, and we are gonna talk about coordinates like last time. But this time we're gonna tackle a very different style. We're gonna look into Pirate Lolita. Pirate Lolita is considered either a substyle or a type of theme for Lolita coordinates. I personally see it more as a substyle because it has very characteristic elements like the tricorn hats, bustles, corsets, asymmetrical cuts. It has a very particular vibe to me, so I kind of see it more like a substyle, and I want to prove today that we can make very different pirate coordinates. Today we're gonna look into 4 coordinates that I made for this substyle. Each coordinate has kind of a little sub-theme that I'm gonna introduce, which will fit into Pirate Lolita. The first coordinate could be subtitled the Shipwrecked. So for this coordinate I imagined the idea of a captain who was really bad and hated by his sailors, so they decided to do a mutiny and just throw this captain on a random island. So this captain has now to survive alone on this island. That's why you can see that a main part of my coordinate is ivory, because it reminds me of more undergarments that was worn in ancient times. So I chose to concentrate on main pieces which are in ivory, and especially gauze fabric because it also reminds these more breathable fabrics which were used for undergarments. Under my DK goes GSK. I also added a irregular skirt by Atelier Pierrot to keep with the asymmetrical hem, which is also an idea that if you're out in the wild you might just rip off your clothes onto things, so I wanted a lot of asymmetrical elements. The fraying of the blouse, which is also DK Ghost blouse from Atelier Pierrot, also add this idea to the coordinate. For the tights, I chose my Estrellas White Queen tights because it has some writing on white background, so it kind of reminds me of like maybe a navigation book or like someone writing their journal lost on an island. So I thought it was a nice touch. I also chose to wear my Atelier Pierrot antique frame pumps because the antique frame also reminds me a lot of ornaments that you would see on ships in movies and like on old furnitures, so I kind of associate it with the boats. So I thought that, and like the treasure chests, so like the buckles on the chest. So I thought that it was pretty fitting with the pirate theme. Then we're gonna look more into the accessories. First you can see that I'm wearing rings. I'm wearing an eye ring, which for me refers to the fact that if you're on an island you will have to hunt for your food, so you might end up eating some ice, maybe. I'm also wearing my ring, which looks like it's a black jewel from La Florette. This ring for me is like the idea that before being thrown out of the ship, this captain tried to gather some treasures, so has eaten a little precious things on them. Obviously I'm also wearing my tentacle ring from Cape of Good Hope, which obviously reminds of an octopus, and also when you think about pirate you also think of Pirates of the Caribbean, and You also think of the Kraken, so the legend of the Kraken, which is suggested with this little tentacle ring. I'm also wearing my rose ring because I feel like it's a ring that looks a little like maybe an ancient treasure that you could find or steal from someone, so I felt like what it was fitting. And also I'm just wearing this ring all the time. I'm even wearing it right now. Now we're gonna move on to the necklaces. So the first necklace that you can see is this big necklace with a cross and lilies on top. It's from Oshibako Works, and I thought that it was really bringing the natural theme into the coordinate to have these flowers. And also the cross would be like when you're facing the difficulty, maybe you would turn towards religion and faith. So maybe this captain who was doing bad stuff would be praying to stay alive on this island. So I'm also wearing a rosary that you might have seen previously. I forgot to mention it. This rosary was actually a possession of a family member who is no longer with us, so I was proposed to keep it because I wear a lot of crosses, and this rosary is also a souvenir, a memory from this family member who passed away. Continuing with the necklaces, another necklace that you can see is my Budodo necklace, which is a mirror necklace, and it's all in gold. It's very fancy, so I thought that it was fitting with this stolen treasure vibe. And I'm also wearing my OHD NYC choker, which is made out of pearls and a cross. So again, the pearls referring to the treasure and like something that this captain would have grabbed before being thrown out of the ship. So regarding everything around my head, you can see that I'm wearing a tricorn hat, obviously to reference this captain. I'm also wearing a corsage, which brings a little of the ivory from the outfit to my head and also makes the outfit a little more fancy. And I'm also wearing an handmade eye patch because during the mutiny and being thrown out of the ship, this captain might have suffered some injury, so you can see that there's blood drops coming out of this eye patch. Also, to bring out this story, I added some elements to my makeup. I'm not sure that you will be able to see it in video, but I put it some blush all around the top of my cheeks and on my nose to have this very kind of burned by the sun, this sunburn vibe, which I personally get all the time. So I reproduced this because obviously being alone on an island, maybe you will get some sunburns. And you can see also this kind of tear looking mark in black eyeshadow, so it's kind of to refer that the captain has came to understood their situation and has cried about it. And this is it for the first coordinate. I know I'm a little weird, but I kind of wanted to tell a story with this outfit to make things a little more coherent. I don't know if you liked it, but that's how I was thinking. The next one is very different. This time we're gonna look at the Corsair. The Corsair were not really pirates, but some Corsairs might have been pirates who were hired by governments to actually chase hunt for pirates. So they are on the more fancy side, they are linked to governments, to royalties, so they have this more put together vibe. It's like their life is not as difficult as a pirate's life. So you can see in this coordinate that I'm wearing a jacket with a shirt and a jabot tie. So the jacket is my velveteen sleeve flare jacket by Moi-même-Moitié, which is in velveteen. So also this very fancy vibe of velvet. I'm wearing a classic white shirt with my jabot tie from Marble that you will see closer later. And I'm wearing my very fancy fairy lace corset skirt by Atelier Pierrot, which has bustles in the back, which brings this more elegant theme, which you also see in Pirate Lolita, but to me refers more to the Corsair, linked to this royalty and governments who had more money than pirates and an easier life. I am also wearing violet fin bloody gallery tights, which I thought was very fitting because it has portraits as a pattern, and it kind of refers to fancy houses or a more fancy decorated boat which would have like paintings in the cabin of the captain, for example. So I wanted to refer to this more fancy vibe. And this time I'm wearing boots because we often associate pirates with boots because it's, I guess, more practical maybe. But I have to say that I'm not referring historically accurate pirates or corsairs, but more the image of corsairs and pirates in the pop culture and in medias, because that's what I got inspiration from. But there's certainly a lot of mistakes if you compare it to the historically accurate ones. So again, to bring this more precious, elegant vibe, I'm wearing gloves, so giving the vibe that this Corsair is at the comment and is not getting there and sturdy. They're wearing their little gloves, like preserving themselves. You can also see that I'm wearing the same jewel ring, which this time refers to the own belongings of the Corsair because they're more fancy and they need to present better. And my rose ring again because it looks like something a noble could wear, I guess. For my jabot tie, you can see that I added a kame, which is from Million that Dress. It's the Memento Mori kame, and so I thought that adding this little brooch was a nice touch to make the outfit fancier. So now on my head, to bring this more fancy vibe, I still wear my tricorn hat as a sign of the captain, but I also have my more stoic corsage. This one is a white base with red roses, but I'm also wearing one of the bow from my Mystic Velour GSK from Atelier Pierrot, and a nair clip, which is a satin ribbon with some lace going down to add a more fancy vibe to my hairstyle. And this time you can see that my makeup is cleaner, I have some blush, I'm very pale to kind of mimic this vibe of more aristocratic vibe. And obviously I also need a little parasol because I cannot tan, I cannot be like the poor people. Don't take this out of context. That's the idea of a Corsair and royalty at this time periods. It's not a precise time period, but during the golden age of piratery, the nobles were a lot like, I cannot tan because I'm gonna be like the poor people who work outside in the fields, so I need to hide from the sun. So the more noble needs to have a parasol. So the next coordinate is more of an aristocrat coordinate, and this time I'm taking inspiration from the image of women in piratery, which is, I wouldn't say not really accurate, but I would say it as in pop culture an image of a lot of layers, a lot of trinkets kind of all around. So I choose to layer two skirts, which are my long bustle skirts from Atelier Pierrot. I have the black one on top of the white one, and I just like put it the black one a little higher. I'm also wearing my Shiglet restrained corset vest to add more asymmetrical layers and just layers to the bottom. I'm again wearing my Decay Goes blouse because I think that this color really reminds of this image of piratery, like the more light colored blouses, kind of loose blouses image from pop culture. And as shoes, I'm wearing my boots again, and this time you cannot see it, but you're gonna have a little snippet. I'm wearing my triple fortune fishnet tights to bring a less put together kind of vibe, a more like wild and free vibe than like the old printed tights. So on top of my Shiglet restrained corset vest, I'm wearing my Tommy Balls, I'm sorry if the pronunciation is wrong, belt, which has a big buckle and a loop, which for me directly gives pirate vibes, like this image of like the big belts in pop culture is very present. And I also added some accessories to this loop that are hanging. So there's my OHT NYC choker that you saw earlier, but there's also my two neon glass necklaces. So one is white with roses and the other one is red stained glass with roses. And the rosary that I was wearing previously is also attached to this part of my outfit. Now, as rings, I'm wearing again my tentacle ring and my rose ring. Again, I'm also wearing my black jewel ring. I'm this time wearing also my ring that I made at Yo's workshop because I feel like this very thick ring has this kind of more masculine vibe which adds to this kind of androgynous vibe, more independent vibe that women have as an image in pop culture when they are a pirate or associated with pirates, like this image that they are more free-spirited, so a little more manly than noble women. So I also added this ring, and I'm wearing my Alice on Wednesday ring, which is the one that I'm wearing right now. It's a cross but made out of a rose and it's thorns. I'm also wearing my messaging capsule arm corsets again. Like as I said earlier, corsets reminds a lot of pirate outfits, especially these ones which are in ghost fabric, so it feels a little more natural and a little more like fabric that could be used back in the past. I also added my corsage, but this time on my corset, since there's also trinkets going down my skirt, I wanted to add a little more detail around my shoulder too, so I added this corsage. So now we're gonna look at My necklaces, the first necklace that I'm wearing is this cross necklace, which a friend got me from Claire's a long time ago. It has a lot of chains and like little crosses dangling from it, so I think it has this very trinket kind of vibe, which fits very well with the pirate theme. My next necklace is my Atelier Beatrice cross necklace, which feels like very precious because it's like kind of shiny, has pearls and like kind of jewel in the middle of the cross. So I feel like it looks like something that you would find as a treasure. So again, in this pirate coordinates, I kind of show accessories that are like kind of this trinket vibe and treasure like vibe that could fit with a pirate who would have stolen these things from someone. So the next one is the same. It's a necklace from Velvet Crown Paper, and it has this very jewel novel feel to it, but that makes it kind of look like it was stolen because it's kind of a mismatch with the other accessories. So it's kind of like you got some things that you didn't choose yourself but ended up having all together. And the last one is my chandelier pearl choker from Moi-même-Moitié. Again, pearls really remind me of something that you would get from a novel, something that has precious values, so that could be in the possession of a pirate. And for this coordinate regarding the headwear, I went for another vibe. Like I wanted to make reference to the kind of the bandanas that you would see in pop culture. I don't know if there is any historical accuracy with it, but I just wanted to refer this element of pop culture, so I used my black headdress and I added on top the obi belt from Moi-même-Moitié, which is black lace with a red ribbon and a cross pendant. And that's it for this coordinate. And the last coordinate is the one that I titled Capitaine de la Rose, because I wanted a very character vibe, like kind of a character that you could find in a comic book or in a series, in a drama. I really wanted that strong character vibe, very pop culture inspired, very dark, the villain kind of vibe, but also a vibe that I really like. Maybe I'm the villain, I don't know. So here I went full into the very open blouse. The blouse that I'm wearing is off-brand. It's an old blouse that I stole from my dad, which is a kind of gothic medieval style type of blouse. So it has this kind of corset in the middle and it's very open, so I thought that it was really a strong piece for a pirate style. I paired it with my irregular skirt from Atelier Pierrot to keep the all black look and add the irregular hem that feels really well with pirate style. I added again my Shiglit restrained corset vest, which brings more of this asymmetrical cut, but also mark my waist. And again, I'm wearing the boots because I feel like the boots is like the stronger pirate connotation, since it's my more stereotypical pirate look. I needed the boots, and again I'm wearing my fishnet tights from Triple Fortune because I thought that it was what I had that fitted the most, this more wild look, like not so put together. So I could have worn my riptides or my fishnets, but I still wanted to keep this kind of level of elegance with the Triple Fortune fishnets because it has some strausses around and it has a very pretty motif on the top, like it's also got garter style. So here you cannot see it, but I mean, if I do, I don't know, pick up something on the floor, you might see a little of garter coming out, and I thought that it was very villainous pirates vibe. So I went with these fishnets. So regarding the accessories, we're gonna have a lot to look at. Again, I'm using my belt from Tommy Walls because it's black, it has big buckle and the big loop, which is very stereotypical pirate. I added also a corsage to add to this vibe, more natural vibe, and also because it's a Capitaine de la Rose, so the Capitaine de la Rose needs to have some roses. And I also added my Malice Miser Barano Conde cross to the loop because I felt like it needed a little thing on the skirt, like more trinkets around the skirt. And also I plan to wear my necklace, which has a rose, a red rose in it, so the ribbon that I attached the cross with also brings a little more of the red into the coordinates. So now we're gonna look at the necklaces. Again, I'm wearing the same necklace as before from Claire's, which has a lot of dangling crosses, so it feels very trinket, which is very fitting. Like for this one I'm doing the most, but you can see that I'm keeping a theme of silver jewelry for this particular coordinate. The next necklace that I'm wearing is my Virtu More necklace, so it's this red rose into resin, and around there's some chains, so I thought that it was very imprisonment vibe. Like I feel like since pirates were so hunted by the governments, there's these elements of being chained and being arrested also fit with the pirates, also even pirates capturing people. It also fits kind of in the theme, and also like chains that you could maybe put around the treasure chest so it's not stolen by anyone, was the vibe that I got from adding this necklace. Then the next necklace is from Yellow House, so it's a very stereotypical Visual Kei necklace that you have seen maybe all Visual Kei band members wear. So from what I know, it certainly is a replica of Chrome Arts. Like when I purchased it, I didn't even knew about Chrome Arts yet, so I had no idea that it might have been a replica. And at this time, this particular necklace was kind of sold everywhere around Harajuku, so that's why I got it in Harajuku. Next necklace is from an indie brand from France called Weird Brain Creation. It's a chain with this loop and a cross, which was very fitting with all the crosses and chain vibe that I was giving around my neck. And another necklace, so the ones with the 3 crosses and the chains, is a handmade necklace that I made from a necklace that I found in a destock shop. And my next necklace, the one with all the chains and the little loop, is from Of Stars and White. I think it's the name of the stores. And the last one, my last choker, is my Moi-même-Moitié collaboration choker with Rose Yukiko, one of my favorite chokers. And so I created this very big accumulation of accessories to give this treasure chest trinkets vibe again. I wanted to really push it to max for this particular cord. Regarding the bracelets, I'm wearing 2 bracelets. One I purchased in Harajuku and the other one is from a second-hand shop. For my rings, again, I'm wearing the Alison Wednesday Crossroads ring. I'm also wearing my tentacle ring, again to remind of the Kraken legend. My Yo Workshop ring, because it has this kind of manly vibe. And also I'm wearing the 3 other rings that I got in Harajuku, which are very visual kei vibe kind of rings, so pretty big, and like one looks like a ring that could be a seal from a novel, so I thought that it was very fitting to this theme. And my rose ring again, as always. On my head again, since we're talking about the captain, I'm wearing my tricorn hat, and I also embellished it with one of my corsages. This time it's a black base with red roses to bring some of the red on my head again, so that it's a little more balanced. And I also added a brooch to my hat because more is more. So I added this brooch which has little chains, which again gives this trinket, very accessorized vibe that I wanted for this look. And my makeup is very much a very tired vibe, like I have a really dark circles vibe for my eyes, which I guess would fit with Captain having sleepless nights. And that's it for the last coordinates. So I hope you like this video, even if it is another coordinate video, but since my work is gonna get more busy, I won't have time to do coordinate videos. I would have to do more lighter subject, because doing coordinate videos takes a lot of time with filming each outfit. So I wanted to do this particular one because while it's still hot here. So I'm sorry, it's 2 coordinate videos in a row, but I hope you will like it because it's 2 totally different styles. We were a lot softer last time, and today we want more dark and strong kind of vibe. So I hope you liked this style too. Tell me if you have already worn Pirate Lolita coordinates, if you would be interested in wearing Pirate Lolita. Do you think Pirate Lolita is a substyle or just a theme? What do you think about the emergence of Pirate Lolita, and do you have any idea of maybe future substyles or themes that might emerge in Lolita? As always, if you have any suggestions, you can leave me your suggestions in the comment for future videos. You can give it a like if you like this video, and if you want to see more videos, you're welcome to subscribe to this channel if it's your first time watching one of my videos. Welcome here. I hope that you like the coziness of my castle, and I hope we'll see each other again here in my castle.